As we all know, in March of this past year, there was an outbreak of the COVID-19 virus that has spread across the world and put us all into a state of danger and panic. It has infected millions and millions of people and have caused too many families to lose their loved ones as a result. It's safe to say that we have all had to learn how to adapt to a new way of life as a way to stay safe, but it's definitely not been a smooth process. After nearly a year since the first outbreak, the vaccines have now been created, tested, and are beginning to be distributed to hospitals as a way to save lives and finally put an end to the pandemic. However, the situation is not that simple. People are afraid to get the vaccine because it is so new and it was made in such a short period of time, so they are unsure about the unknown risks and side effects of this new treatment. As a way to motivate people into receiving the vaccine, gamification strategies can be applied. Gamification, as we learned throughout the semester, is the use of game elements for a gameful experience in non-game related tasks. One way that this can be utilized for this particular situation is through the use of rewards and punishments. For example, Target offers people a $5 coupon when they get the flu shot at one of their CVS pharmacies. For the past 3 or 4 years, I know I've gotten my flu shot there and I will continue to do so. It's like I'm getting paid to protect myself. Similarly, if people were given some type of reward, which does not have to be a $5 coupon by the way, because that would get very expensive given the number of people on this planet, but they'd be more motivated to go and get it because they're receiving positive feedback. The only drawback to this strategy is that it may reduce people's intrinsic motivation to get the vaccine because they would be getting it for the reward as opposed to getting it to keep themselves and others safe and healthy. Additionally, individuals will begin to expect a reward every time that they get vaccinated. On the contrary, people could also receive some sort of punishment for not receiving the vaccine as a way to motivate them to get it. For example, people could be restricted from specific things such as traveling outside the state or country that they live in, or from going to public schools until they either receive the vaccine or provide professional documentation of why they cannot receive the vaccine. Another way that medical health professionals can motivate people to get the COVID vaccine through the use of gamification is to consider self-determination theory, which is made up of 3 concepts: competency, autonomy, and relatedness. In regards to competency, which is where people feel the need to feel competent at something, it is very important that people are continuously informed about the vaccine, including the positives and the negatives. This way they will feel more confident with their knowledge and their eventual decision. As for autonomy, this is where people feel more satisfied with a specific task when it involves meaningful choices. This relates to the COVID vaccine because there are a few different companies that are releasing one, such as Pfizer and Moderna. If both of them get approved, then people will be able to choose which one they get. Also, people will have the right to choose whether they get the vaccine altogether. In regards to relatedness, which is where people feel the need to build meaningful connections with others, people could be motivated to get the vaccine through the continuous posting and updating of statistics that show how many people are getting it and how they are responding. Additionally, if people who have already received the vaccine are interviewed and explain the process, people will start to feel a little bit better about going and getting the vaccine for themselves. Similarly, this will also influence the social proof theory, which is where people are more likely to engage in behaviors when they see other people engage in it too. If others see that there are a lot of people getting the vaccine, it will motivate them to do it as well. This theory could also be enforced by interviewing celebrities or influencers as a way to help normalize the vaccine. Finally, progress bars are a form of gamification that can be used to encourage people to receive the COVID vaccine. If people are able to see that as the number of vaccines administered rises and the number of COVID cases decreases, then they will be more likely to go and get one for themselves. This general feedback on the progress of the vaccine lets people know if it is working and if achievements are being made. There have been countless medical professionals that have been working on creating and testing this vaccine, and we need to remember all of the successful ones that we have developed and learned from over time. Although it is understandable to be apprehensive to receive a vaccine that is brand new and was made in a very short period of time, it is imperative that we do something to stop the spread of COVID-19. Now more than ever, it is so important that we continue to work together to put an end to the virus so that we can all come together again to celebrate. However, that can only happen if people feel motivated and confident in this next step, which is where the application of these gamification elements can help. We have waited a very long time for this moment, so it is important that we take advantage of it so that lives will be saved and we can begin moving towards a brighter future.